Hello, welcome back to Feel Good Living with Prue. This is now our 4th episode together, and today it's all about, do you know how rich you are? This could be a worthy goal about being an antidote for fear. 90% of the client cases I have, I would say, would be based on fear. Do you know how rich you are? Because we are, but if we don't know it, it isn't very valuable. So that's what this chapter is about today. It is the enlightenment of a new perspective. Einstein said it best, I think, when he talked about understanding the value, the importance of our belief. What we believe, that's what we talked about last time, what I conceive, can think, and believe I can achieve. So belief is so powerful. Now, this is what Einstein said. The most important decision we can make, most important decision we can make, is whether we believe we live in a friendly or a hostile universe. Is it a friendly universe or is it a hostile universe? Am I a lion in belief or am I a cat in fear? That pulls in this graphic. Am I a cat held back in fear, or am I a lion living through faith? Faith and fear. That's what I would call the opposite. Faith, lion. Fear, cat. So Einstein says the most important decision we make, I'm thinking in this world, as a physical being in this physical universe that we started to unpack and talk about in those first few episodes together on this channel, is whether we believe in a friendly lion universe or a hostile, unfriendly universe that the cat's perspective can have. That's why I say that today could very well be the antidote to fear. And it's very much what I unpack with my clients that come to me 90% of the time because of fear being at the root cause of their cat. So he talks about belief, what we believe in. Because, why is that the most important decision we need to make? Because the cat life versus the lion life, the cat existence versus the lion existence, that experience and that reality starts with our belief. Do I believe in my cat? Do I believe in this? Or do I believe in this? And that's the power. Belief is the key. Belief is the magic between thinking it and achieving it. It is this magic in between. Conceive it and believe it to achieve it. Napoleon Hill made it so concise, so precise, so easy. Conceive, believe, achieve. Beautiful in English language. So that's the power. Because what I believe, because when we unpack today's session, we're going to understand the power starts with us. That's the personal power we talked about last session. That we as an individual in this physical universe are the center of our own personal universe. So the personal power is in what we think and believe, what we conceive and believe. Because if we believe in the hostile universe, cat life, or we believe in the lion universe of faith in the best of things, good feel living, then no matter what we believe, it will become our reality because the belief creates. The belief makes it so. Wow. So this episode today is about the spirituality of myself and the magnetic power of our thought, personal power of our own individual thought as our personality. That these two elements together in this physical universe that Einstein talks so much about as a metaphysicist, I am going to bring today together the spirituality, the spirit world, and the science, because they are one and the same. That's my belief. That's my truth. That when we're talking about Uni-verse, we're talking about uni, one. That we are actually all one and yet many of that one. So if we can imagine that the one source, one universe, one reality is like a backbone, and then out of that is a definition of all of us as each individual formations from this backbone. Or this is the sun, and the sun's raises are who we are as individuals. That we've come from the source, we are the source, but we're also our own individuality. And then we're in this physical universe that has laws, that is so worthy of us paying attention to and knowing about and owning and then living in accordance with. So that's where we can't get past the science. The science, as the way I see it, is this physical universe we live in. It has a framework. If you throw this up, it's going to come down, no matter who you are, where you are. That's the name of it. Up, it's going to come down. Look, just as sure is that when we wake up in the morning and we start being conscious again, then we are a signal to the universe. And that signal is our own, as unique as our handprint, unique as our fingerprint. That is our own vibrational signature that is communicating to the world around us in the physical world. That we in our physical being, with our conscious mind, thinking mind, and our body and heart, that we are physical in our state of being, but we're also non-physical in our interplay of a reaction between personality and soul. And those two forces together are consciousness, and they're a signal attracting unto them and influencing the physical space that we live in. So that's the first part about bringing spirituality, which I call consciousness of our soul in our body. And then the human mind, which I call the conscious thinking rational mind. And the interplay between those two. And then the universe around. That's what today's session is all about. Do we know how rich we are? And in the Bible, it talked about another way of looking at this. Bible as in faith, as in spirituality, a philosophy, a way of life, a way of thinking. How we think creates our world. And evidence has proven faith, no matter what, is worthwhile. No matter what that faith is, if it's in God or Muhammad or Buddha or the universe or Mother Teresa or Mary or whatever it is that is our source of faith, the fact that we're feeling and radiating faith is a very worthwhile thing. But in the Bible, another way of looking at this same story is that it says somewhere in some passage, now I'm paraphrasing, that if you knew who walked beside you, then you would never be afraid. Wow. So that's what I want to look at today in bringing all these elements together to help you know what safe and secure hands you are in. How friendly this universe can be if you think it and choose it and accept it and believe it. And that's all you have to do. If you've ever been in doubt, that's how you bring it back again. From cat to lion. From being away from home, back home. Because the cat mind, as I call it, the cat mind in the human mind is our only enemy. It's a misconception of the truth. Because the truth lives within. The truth we can feel. The truth we know through our being. And the truth lives in the body. But that's a talk for another day. But this is how in the interplay, interrelationship between our thinking mind that's unique and individual to us, each of us, and then the spirit mind that is the soul that's individual and living within us, that they interplay between those two things helps us understand what truth is. Not what we get told, not what we learn, not what education is, not what we say, not what the external world tells us. That's why Einstein talked about the only source of knowledge is experience. Because when we can experience it, when we can bring it home, when we can make it ours, when we can realize it through what our own understanding of something is, we've personalized it. And personal power is everything. As Einstein says, the most important decision we need to make is what we believe in, because what we believe is a signal out to the world, the universe, our physical reality, everything around us in this physical world. And we are influencing it with what we're thinking and what we're believing as a strong signal. And that is what's coming back to us. So that's why in my work as a hypnotherapist with clients, I help them to understand their block. Understand their block. And this is what I call their block. To make it simple, this is their block. To understand and know what that is, but then understand and know what serves me that I should think. If thought creates and belief creates, then what have I thought? And what do I need to think instead? If I want that result, if I want that experience, if I want that external reality, what serves me to think and believe? So that's where I say to you, this antidote for fear. Because no matter what our physical experience has shown us that makes that cat seem so real, it's only a human mind misunderstanding, misconception of the truth that is known within. So this is again where, if you think about the spiritual learnings of religion, I was brought up in religion, and I love the examples of Christianity and the Bible, love the examples of Buddhism, and beyond in my curiosity about religion. But let's just keep it simple about the spirituality. When we look at this about philosophy, religion, what it teaches us, that was a game changer for me, was in my curiosity, my learning, my growing, my asking, my seeking, my finding, is that this presence that God is, or Christ is, or whatever we want to call that, that spiritual mind, spiritual consciousness, spiritual knowing, that it isn't external. It lives within. It is in us. It is us. And it flows from us and back to us and through us if we're open and aligned and could come in and flow freely with it, which is the lion life I talk about. So let's have a look at a metaphor. Let's just look at it like the world is a frame. The physical world we live in is a frame. And within that frame, we're existing. And then that's the two parts that we want to unite. That there's a physical space that we're in, me in my universe. And then who am I as the being in this universe? To pull in Einstein and this scientific side of the story, of the physical universe we're in. And the physical universe has laws that dictate what happens when you throw something up. And as in the USA, they talked about, what does it take to send a man to the moon? Just the thought. And then the physics help us to understand how to tweak it to make it physically possible, for example, because the universe is so specific. As Einstein said, he come to believe in a God because the universe was so orderly and perfectly created. That divinity that was so clear to him. The physical evidence and experience and understanding of the truth. So let's now take this and have a look at this metaphor. This metaphor is talking about this outer space here, is talking about the universe at large, and a law called the law of attraction that The Secret talked about and that has existed before The Secret, but made very much in modern day society something we're aware of and think about. And then this idea of we have a point of attraction and a point of vibration. And this is what this reacts to. And what creates the vibration of the individual in this universe, us as a singular person, is the vibrational energy, is our mind. Where are we at? Cat or a lion? in our individual, personal, conscious awareness. Whether we're consciously aware or unconsciously aware, we are a signal sending it out to the universe. And the universe is responding via law of attraction. It can't do anything else. And then this part here is how I have made this, the purple part, the physical person, the physical me, and the yellow, the non-physical me, the spiritual me. So this is the human me, and this is the spiritual me. So this is the soul or the non-physical self, and this is my heart, feelings in my heart, emotions, and this is my body, the physical me, and this is my mind, the physical, individual, personal mind. So in this metaphor here, we're pulling all those factors into one. Who am I? And why am I here? Well, if you believe it, if you believe this, if you can recognize it, be conscious of it, be aware of it, and therefore can use this value by accepting it and believing it and then trying it out and getting experience and seeing what that does. As Einstein says, what you send out is what you get back. What if I dared to believe? What if I chose to believe that I'm so powerful as an individual that my signal to the universe, to the physical surrounds around me, is about me, what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, that is my attraction power. And that is what is bringing things to me, both as a physical experience in my feeling, in my body, as emotions in my heart, and as results in my life. Do you know what that means? It means that it's a personal potential power we have. We are so powerful, but we're not if we don't know it. We're not if we're not using it. We're not if we're not harmonizing with the true power. So this is where Christ talked about, I am the truth, the light, and the way. Well, that's what I call our inner lion. It's so universal. Let's just take it the scientific away and let's take the spiritual away. Let's not divide the Uni-verse. Let's not divide what could be unified. Let's unify it. Let's just call it an inner lion presence that's bold, that's brave, that's courageous, that just gets the job done. What if I chose to believe that that's how powerful I am? Then we are powerful. So the only control we really need to have in order to be free of our fear in our human cat mind is to learn to take control. Now we're back to the last episode where we talked about why are we here? This idea about I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of this ship. And when I know it and I live it out, then I am so empowered. So it's a personal potential power. What would it do for your life if you believed? If you embraced the concepts of that friendly universe Einstein talked about, and if belief creates, and if my thinking is what creates a belief when it's done in repetition, isn't that a worthy goal to have? To be free of fear and worry as a lifestyle, generally, evidence. Let's back this stuff up. So I have shown you this metaphor of the triangle, the two triangles on top of each other, that create who we are in our holistic viewpoint, in a space that we call physical reality. There are two men that have inspired me, that have, through their science and knowledge of the world, have been a source of evidence. The first one is Nikola Tesla, and he said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So that's where thought is real. It's an electrical current that is being sent out. And then that comes back is because of the power of the magnetic force of our feelings. So what we're thinking and feeling is electromagnetic field signal that's having an effect on our body and our results. So when we understand that the energy we're creating is because of our frequency of feeling and our vibration of thought, can you see already there? What a secret to uncover, what a knowing to have, what a belief to realize. What can that do? And then Einstein. Einstein said, everything is energy. And that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. Get that result. Realize that dream. Experience what you're going after. It cannot be any other way, he goes on to say. This is not a philosophy. This is not philosophy. This is physics. That's why I love this world of mathematics. The 1 + 1 = 2. The 1, what I'm thinking, and what I'm feeling is what I'm getting. And the reality I'm going for is our lion call forward. The highest, best version is calling us forward. And how we use ourselves in the now, in taking control, being master of our fate, being the captain of our soul, combining those two. And when we do that, another fantastic evidence-based source I know about in terms of the power of healing and wellness in our body is Dr. Joe Dispenza's work. Dr. Joe Dispenza. There's so much love and blessing I send to some amazing mentors out there doing some amazing work that are delivering the goods. They're showing us what is possible through evidence in own experience or life that we can realize through the knowing of others. That's what we talked about last time, evidence-based living. And he finds in all that he measures and all he understands is that it's all about the coherency. It's all about being in harmony. It's all about the resonance from the mind to the body. And in his work, he uses meditation to find into the spirit, mind, and consciousness. And instead of, as I do in hypnosis, say, shh, he says, shh, and gets you to feel this reality in a meditation. Yes. And when that is achieved, he experiences the effects and can see the results of coherency. And that's where we're powerful. That coherent signal, the wholeness, the oneness, back to proof. We are one. And we resonate with the one source in our individuality. We're there. We're in the power of the creative force and the source of all things. So now I ask you, how rich do you feel you are? It's the most genius plan there is. A physical universe with laws that dictate what needs to happen. If you want to play to win, throw it up, it's going to come down. You're sending it out, take control over what you're sending out. As Dr. Joe Dispenza says, if you really believed that your thoughts are seeds that you are planting that's creating the crop of your life, how unconscious are you willing to be about what you're sending out? How much do you not care then? Or really, how much should you then care and become conscious and deliberate about what I'm sending out because it's creating what I get back? Wow, that's empowerment. So that's how rich you are. That you're a powerful being in a universe that's ready to serve you, but you get to decide. You get to decide, as Einstein said, am I in fear, thinking it's a hostile world? Or am I in faith, believing in the good of life, the good of things, where we can have heaven on earth if we were coherent with our one source as much as possible to then deliver the goods on the good life. And that's where I say the truth is within and we can feel it. So good feel living is good. Good feelings are good. Good is good. God is good. I heard that as well. But let's not get religious. Let's just be spiritual and understand spirit and science is one and the same. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time. So remember, good feel living. Feel good because you can, because it serves you, and it's the greatest gift to yourself and the world. So spread that good feeling.